Right. Hello, everyone. This is your boy, Metahuman Macaluco, and today with me we got none other than Trash Boat.
Yep, that's me.
What's going on, Trash Boat? How we feeling tonight?
Uh, pretty good, I've just been kind of waking up slowly, having a having a pretty uneventful day, but I'm gonna try and do some cleaning and shit. I don't know. I gotta get something done today.
I feel it. Um, so you've been making music as far back as 2014 or 2015?
Well, actually, 2015 under the name Trash Boat, but the earliest electronic stuff I ever made and released was actually more like 2009.
Okay. So you've been doing it for a
I
hot
just
minute now.
yeah, I started when I was like 12, so it's like more than half my life at this point.
Word. And with Trash Boat, that was very clearly inspired by Regular Show.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. The the story or concept behind that kind of was like I had like gone through a few different names before that and kind of like I'd end up like changing it every few years or something and have a hard time like being satisfied with a name I picked. So around like the very beginning of 2015, I just had this thought like I changed my name to Trash Boat and then just forced myself to be stuck with it. And and now I'm in too deep. No one can figure out how to spell it or say it, but I've built some kind of following with that over 10 years, so I kind of can't really go back now, but that was the point anyways, just like you're going to pick this and you're going to be stuck and deal with it.
Understandably so. And with the electronic music, you make hardcore, breakcore, um, a little bit of hip hop here and there.
Yeah.
Now, the song Weed Cat, was that inspired by the Lavender Town creepypasta?
No. It was not actually.
Because I, for the life of me, couldn't really understand the lyrics until I found a way to look it up. And I realized I smoked that dank, I cranked that hog. It was all meme stuff. So I was like, okay.
Yeah,
And
it's I don't know, it's got some layers to it, it's got some onion type layers there for sure.
oh,
It was
100%.
it it was basically so it was partially about the character Meowscarada, which was introduced in Pokemon in what was that, like Generation 8 or 9? I forgot what the first game they're in is, but it was inspired by that character being like a kind of obvious like horny furry bait character.
Yeah.
And it was also inspired by like a very abusive relationship that I got out of like maybe like a year before that.
Oh my god. So
So
there is a dark underlying.
yeah, it's kind of like it's something pretty heavy like buried in irony, which is something I have a tendency to do a lot.
Well, you did a great job of doing that because, had I not dug that deep into the song, I would have gone in and asked you all these questions and asked why does it sound like you're screaming for help? And now that you've elaborated on it, it's like, okay, okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah, yeah,
I
for
peep
sure.
game. But that is probably like one of my top five favorite songs that you've made, other than lo-fi hardcore. Can you tell us the inspiration behind that?
So lo-fi hardcore, the whole EP was made in Mixcraft 8, which is like so Mixcraft is kind of like a shittier version of GarageBand. It's like a very like janky low budget DAW, and I was like mostly using that for a couple years because I could not get Ableton working on this laptop right
Um,
through you know questionable means because I don't have $900 for Ableton. So I got this copy of Mixcraft and I was using that for a while and I was kind of like working through the jank and trying to like push this kind of shitty DAW to the furthest extremes that I could. The concept for that whole EP though was like I only used sounds and samples and stuff that came stock with that program. I didn't like use any other VSTs, anything from my own sample packs, anything like that. I was like,
no
I'm
other
going
stems.
to gonna see how far I can push these very limited simple sounds.
Okay. And is this what you use for a majority of all your projects, or just a select few?
A select few. I've released a lot more stuff made in Ableton than that.
Okay,
And then as of, you know, maybe like a year or two ago, I managed to get it working on here again. And, some of the more recent, like more polished sounding stuff you can tell was made in Ableton and not Mixcraft.
gotcha. Word. And would you say that your music is in any way, shape, or form inspired by 100 gex?
Um, I I would say there's definitely at least like songs here and there that have been, not not like super directly or consciously, but just in the sense that it's like, a little bit of whatever I was getting into at the time was going to kind of end up working its way into my production somehow.
Right.
I do fuck with them heavy though, for sure. But I also like 2019 around the time that like, their first big album came out. I was like listening to that so much that I kind of like burnt myself out on it a little bit and didn't go back to it for a while.
Understandably so.
I still fuck with them though. And I think their next album after that was really good too.
Did you make the mistake of burning yourself out with that one, or did you pace yourself?
I'd say I paced myself more there.
Gotcha.
But I also think I don't this that one is like better in some ways, like production and songwriting wise maybe, but I kind of like the one before it a little bit more. Just
Do,
like
do you think
I
it's
feel like that
because,
one.
do you think that there might be a nostalgia bias due to that?
I think, yeah, there definitely is some nostalgia bias. And I think that's kind of unavoidable with like anything you listen to. It's always gonna influence your opinion, but I think it just has like more memorable songs probably. I think there's like more tracks on it overall that really stand out, whereas like the one after it kind of has like a few that I kind of forgot about.
Right. Gotcha. And so outside of 100 gex, what would you say are your personal inspirations behind making music?
Um, I definitely a big one that's kind of loosely in the same field, or at least has a lot of audience crossover. Probably is like Death Grips, of course.
Of course, Death Grips.
Always, always been big into Death Grips.
Did you get to see
That's
their
another one that I like. What's it?
did you get to see them before they stopped touring?
Yeah. I've seen them live once. It was 2023, so I think that was pretty much like their last tour,
Yes.
last US tour at least. It
Oh
was
no.
really, really good though. I saw them in San Francisco, and they're from like Northern California too. They started in like Sacramento, but Zach Hill is actually from Nevada City before he lived in Sacramento, and that's like in the county of small towns that I'm in right now. Like I'm in
Interesting.
Truckee, California right now. Nevada City is like other side of the county. Truckee is like a little bigger though, higher population. I think it's like the highest population in my county, but it's all just it's a whole county of like small towns with, at most like right now Truckee might be getting closer to like 20,000 people, something like that. So all pretty small places, but yeah, so I knew about Zach Hill, and I knew about his other band Hella before I had known about Death, or like before Death Grips even really released anything. So since
This
I
is
was
like
already like living in
2011.
that area and stuff. Yeah, 2011. Well, I guess their first like demo EP thing came out in 2010, but I didn't hear that one until a couple years later. But yeah, by the time they were releasing stuff, I'd already known about his band before that because I lived in the area they were from. So I was like, oh hey, that's the drummer from Hella.
Word. Funny how that works. Very small world. And
Hmm.
besides Death Grips, is there any other mentions you like to drop before I move on to my next question?
Yeah, big important ones definitely gore shit. I mean, I as far as getting into that, like breakcore and breakbeat hardcore stuff like that, that was a huge one for me and big inspiration early on. I probably started really getting into his stuff in like early high school. And I have a gore shit remix of one of my songs, and I've met him in person twice now. Like
That is
once when
sick.
he played in Reno. That was the first time. Reno's like 40 minutes from where I live. So I just saw him there at this tiny little like local punk venue that I've played at too. And then last year I went to this festival in the UK called Bangface. It's kind of like it's like the biggest festival for that kind of stuff, kind of like harder rave music.
Got
And
to.
yeah, so second time I saw him, I was like, "Oh shit, it's the guy again. It's Trash Boat. Hey, how's it going?" I went up and gave him a hug, and I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm, I'm rolling with the big shots now."
That's always a blessed feeling.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Like, because the first time I met him in at the Reno show, I was my group of friends was kind of like over talking to him for a little bit after the show had ended. And I just came up and I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm Trash Boat, by the way. Like, it's nice to finally meet you." And he, instantly knew who I was, kind of, because he'd like done the remix for me before and stuff. So he's like, "Oh, it's really awesome to meet you here. It's been so long." And yeah, that was definitely a very special moment having that interaction with someone who impacted me so heavily.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So Gorshit, Death Grips, 100 Gex. Any other honorees you want to mention on your list?
All right. Yeah, this is more so like the past couple years, I guess, that I've really gotten into her stuff. But as of lately, Maeda Salt is a very important one. I've kind of like really like autistically fixated on her music over the past like year or so, and it just has like a very intense emotional effect on me in a way that I've only had with like a few other artists in my life. And yeah, that's been a very big one for me lately. I highly recommend everyone go and check her out. That's like the one artist I need to like shill to everyone I know because she deserves a lot more recognition.
Gotcha. I'll definitely check her out. Send me some links when
Yeah.
this interview's done. Now, now that we can
Oh, for sure.
move on, you had mentioned Truckee, and you had also mentioned performing at Reno, and that's where I was
Yeah.
gonna get at. Have you performed in Truckee? And well, very clearly, you've performed outside of Truckee. What would you say
Mhm.
your best and worst venues were?
Um, it's just like more strictly to those areas or just anywhere in general?
Anywhere that you've performed, anywhere that you have actively set up at.
All right. Well, shit. Best might be like some of the places I played in like New York City a couple years ago, like summer and fall 2023. I went to the East Coast a couple times and like did a few New York shows, did like one Philadelphia show, one show just like in some other small town in Pennsylvania, like at my friend's weird like military bunker converted into a house that he
Oh god.
fucking had raves at. um, I think I honestly probably like Wonderville in New York was my favorite venue to play at. It's like a barcade basically, but they only have like indie games and stuff from local developers, all on cabinets and shit too. But it's all like small indie games, and all the games are free too. And
Interesting.
then they got drinks, they got some decent food and stuff, and I don't know. It's just like shows there are always fun. I've like played there twice and gone to a couple other things there with friends, and it's just it's always a really fucking great time there. That's got to be like my favorite place I've played at.
Got you. And what would you say one of the worst shows or venues you've played at was?
Um, okay, the venue itself was kind of fine, but like last year in January for my birthday, I tried to put together this big like birthday show in Reno, and I had people like flying here from all over the country to play with me. I had like a few of my friends from the East Coast. I had my friend from New Mexico, my friend from like Wisconsin. There was like and a few people from closer to here too, but like I had everyone coming from all over the place for this fucking show. And basically the venue like double booked that day. Like they didn't tell me they had some other fucking random band like coming in to play before us, and they like let this band go on way longer than they were supposed to because the people in the band were also like all pissy that they got double booked, so they just like kept playing when they were supposed to like finish and let us go on. And then everyone's the schedule was like put behind, people had to like cut their sets off or stuff, like everything was way off schedule, and we ended way later than we were supposed to. We finished up at like 5 a.m. or something, and
Oh god.
so that was just like the worst venue experience because the like people running it kind of fucked us over.
Oh,
and
for sure. I've heard many similar
and then
horror
the
stories like that.
yeah, it was rough. The guy, the owner of the venue who was like there most of the time, he was like, he kept apologizing to me, and like he was like offering me free drinks and stuff, and kept being like, I'm gonna like give you guys some money for your trouble because we were doing like a free show just for like the birthday thing. But he kept telling me like, oh, we're gonna pay you guys for your trouble because I'm so sorry about this. And then later on, anytime I tried to get a hold of him about it, he just ghosted me.
Oh no.
So yeah, that was the Loving Cup in Reno, Nevada. The Loving Cup. Remember that. Don't book shows there. Fuck those people.
A loving
I
cup.
will always advise people to not fucking play there.
More like the hating cup.
Damn true.
Jeez. And you've been doing shows clearly for a little hot minute now. Have you had any problems with trying to perform or trying to just simply be there and having to deal with any blatant transphobia within those spaces?
Um, you know, honestly, not really. I think it's kind of like a selection bias thing though, because like the local music scene here is like, very queer, very like, very populated by other trans artists
Right.
and I think I tend to mostly just like end up in spaces where that's kind of more normalized.
But you travel a lot
I
too.
maybe yeah. I just maybe the closest thing I can think of honestly is like some more kind of like private parties or like renegade things that I've played that are just kind of like out in the woods somewhere with like, you know, different group of people that I'm used to and stuff. Like I mean even then it's like kind of the worst I've gotten is like some, weird questions or backhanded comments, nothing super direct, but I think I kind of handle that better than a lot of people and can usually kind of just like let it slide cuz I don't know. I'm good at interfacing with the normies, I can be the liaison to the normies for a lot of my my friends and group and stuff that are less familiar with that.
No, I
Um
feel that. I understand what you mean.
yeah, it's sometimes like you gotta just kind of turn the other cheek. I don't know.
But so besides that, it sounds like you're able to do what you need to do. It sounds like you actually have a very strong community behind your back. Um, do you perform at Pride at all, or have put together any Pride shows?
um, I guess just this last June, like about a month and a half ago, we had like not really an official Pride show. It wasn't really like marketed as that, but it was just kind of by coincidence in June and kind of by coincidence like only trans people playing at it just cuz that's who I know and that's
Yeah.
who is in the same music scene as me. So just kind of worked out that way. So that was definitely like a kind of informal pride show, I'd say.
Oh, for sure. And just two last questions. Do you have any advice that you'd like to give to any young artists who want to get into the scene, and particularly your scene or any scene similar to yours?
Yeah. Just I don't know, a number one thing is just like practice your ass off, hone your craft, whether you're producing or DJing or like doing vocals or even like in a band or something, just whatever your thing that you're into is just like work your ass off at being fucking good at it cuz I mean there's space for everyone, and everyone starts somewhere, but just like lock the fuck in and like just try and like make the best art that you can and make something that you're really proud of because if you're proud of what you're making then like other people are going to see that and recognize it and that's going to take you really far.
For sure. And
And oh, what's up?
No, no, you go ahead. I
Okay. um yeah, like go to shows too, for sure. That's a big one. Like get involved in your local scene by just like going to shows, showing up for other people's stuff, support them, get to know people, like just like talk to people in your scene. And if you know, if you just kind of like make friends, then that's gonna do a whole lot for you too. So yeah, just get involved and you know, like show up for other people too. Show them that you're supporting the scene and you're not just like in it for yourself.
For sure. I feel like that's another thing people need to step back and realize is, it can't just all be about you. At some point, you got to learn to clap for others so that others will clap for you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And,
That's that's really important.
do you have any other upcoming projects that we should know about? Are we going to get another Jimmy Buffett wave too?
Oh, we're the the Buffett wave that happens every year, every 4th of July for the foreseeable future. I will keep doing that until I fucking die. Ideally. The first ever Buffett wave was on 4th of July in 2017.
Word.
And I think like we didn't really have one like the year after that, but basically like every single year, every 4th of July, we've been doing Buffett wave and it's just going to keep getting bigger and better. I definitely got some plans for that. Like I'd like to kind of expand it back into more of an IRL show since we've been doing the whole like live stream thing since like 2020
Yes.
and I want to just like make it bigger, you know, get a better spot for it, maybe have like people playing at a venue or something in person but still keep like streaming the show,
Yeah.
but it'll, you know, now it'll be more like streaming the actual show from the venue instead of like just an online thing.
Oh, for sure.
And yeah, maybe like a live Jimmy Buffett cover band one of these years. I think that's an important next step I've been wanting to
Oh,
take for a while.
100%. You need it. You need it.
Yeah,
But,
I love that guy. That's another one of my weird autistic fixations.
dude,
I
rest
am
in peace,
Gen
the
Z's
legend.
strongest soldier for Jimmy Buffett. I rest in peace for real. I genuinely had a really intense, like week-long depressive spiral when Jimmy Buffett died. It's hilarious to say or think about because it's fucking Jimmy Buffett, but like but I took it really rough. I was having a bad time with that.
Someone needed to.
Absolutely.
And
He's one of the hardest in the game. He deserved it.
oh, 1,000%. And besides Buffett Wave, since that's very clearly a Yuri thing, should we be expecting any new EPs, albums, projects, videos?
So, I I'm currently working on well, a few things. I always like start too many projects at the same time and then like spend years trying to actually put the finishing touches on to be satisfied with them and get them out. But I have like a digital hardcore full-length album that I've been working on that I'm recording vocals for like pretty much every track on. That kind of like makes it take a lot longer cuz just like recording vocals for every track and then mixing all those vocals like takes a lot of fucking time and energy and doing it all by yourself can be pretty intense
Oh, for sure.
but still steadily making progress on that. I feel like that will probably release like early next year, hopefully. uh I have like a 4 song house EP that I'm kind of like just putting the last touches on like mixing and mastering. That's another one of those ones that's been kind of like on the back burner for a long time, but needs to actually come out so I can just move on with it. But
Right.
that's gonna be fun though. It's very like it's like all like 135 BPM hard house tracks. So it's like, you know, slower than a lot of the like dance stuff that I'm used to working with. It has like a couple vocal features on it too. It's I don't know. I'm kind of like pushing myself to make something like a little more accessible, but still sounds like me.
Gotcha. Well,
And yeah, that's there's those are kind of the big ones I'm focusing on right now, and then there's definitely going to be, you know, other random EPs here and there, and probably like another full length album next year. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll keep some a surprise possibly.
I got you. Well, we appreciate you telling us what you got in store for us, Trash Boat, and we can't wait for the next projects, and we definitely can't wait for the next Buffett Wave for sure. I do appreciate you
Yeah.
coming on, and keep me posted and send me links. Don't hesitate to send me links
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've definitely got some shit in mind I can show you.
for sure. Anyway, let me end this recording and let me end this call. I'll let you go. You have a phenomenal rest of your weekend. We appreciate you.
Hell yeah, man. You too. Fucking it's been a good one. Great talk and shit. You know, hope people like it.
Oh, they're
Hope
gonna love this
people
one. Trust.
gain something from it and yeah, man, fucking parrot heads for life.
Let's go.
Fucking stay on that Buffett shit. It's fucking it's another fucking hot, fresh Jimmy Buffett summer. I got my Hawaiian shirts on deck. I got fucking margaritas in my cup.
Yo,
Let's
let's
go.
go. Fat blunt with the
All
margarita.
right.
All right, but let me let you go for real. We appreciate you.
For sure, man. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Fuck Lucas Versace.